is Jess.
Yo, what up?
What up? Nicole.
Hello.
Yellow. Mama K.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. All three are back. We're all here. All four, I guess. And we are catching up on movies of this year and a couple from last year and a little TV. But it's our usual catch-up show for April. So we'll be talking about March movies, a couple Feb, and a couple of 2025 stragglers. This time of year, my opinion, not that good at stuff. Oscars just finished. The January and February is kind of dumping ground for movies. There's some little bit of decent TV to talk about, but we're kind of warming up for the rest of the year. There's a couple gems to talk about, but I don't know about you guys, but my list of stuff is there's only a couple things I'm excited about, but maybe we can change that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Wow. Okay,
that is
not a good sign.
Change is really hard.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is, I guess, Odyssey.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I can't wait for Odyssey.
I just saw the preview for that last night, so
you don't even like Christopher Nolan. You're gonna Odyssey it.
But I like history, so that's the only. As I'm watching the whole thing happen, I'm like, and I'm like, this looks history, but it also looks weird. And then they're like a film by Christopher Nolan. I'm like, oh, that just set it back. But
I just like Homer.
Homer?
I just like
Yeah.
In general?
Yeah.
Also Simpson?
Yeah, all Homers.
Yeah. All Homers.
All the Homers.
All right,
but also Dune. I saw a preview for Dune, too. So are you looking forward to that?
I think it's next year, isn't it? I think I'm the only Dune watcher on here. And I like Dune, but I'm not like a hardcore, like my brother's a hardcore Duner. Who else is a Duner in our lives? I feel like I know some people who are Duners, but I think Dune's
I don't
good.
like that. I don't like
Duner?
what you're saying right now.
don't
I don't
like
like
Duner?
it. I don't like hearing. No, God, no. What
it.
is happening?
I'm just keeping it going. All right,
In the
we're gonna
Dune-dom?
start. We're gonna keep on Dune it. Not talking about Dune today. We are talking about The Big Sexy. It's probably the biggest movie out currently as you're seeing this, even though it came out a few weeks before. It's a Phil Lord, Chris Miller movie, the Lego Movie guys. It's 21 Jump Street. And it is Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary. I think 3 out of the 4 of us have seen this. It's the new Ryan Gosling film. He's in space. And he's doing something. Trailers give away some things. We're gonna spoil it. I think this is a movie. If you don't want to be spoiled, you should skip ahead here because I think if you don't know the middle act thing that happens with the Ryan Gosling's counterpart, this could be a nice surprise for you. So we're gonna spoil. I'm just letting you know. So jump ahead if you don't want that, like 10 minutes. So Ryan Gosling he wakes up in space. He's like a scientist man. But we don't really know that. He's very confused when he wakes up in space. Movie's told kind of flashbacky, where you're in present day with him in space, and you learn about his life. He was a school teacher, and the big problem of the movie is there are these, what are they? They're like these single-cell organisms that are like these little black dots, and they're slowly eating the sun. They're like these little organisms that like suck up the sun's light, and it's slowly making the sun fade, and that's going to obviously cause some problems on Earth in a couple decades down the line. The scientists realize this is happening everywhere in the galaxy except for one star. One star is that's not happening. It's still bright, so there is some hope, but it's really far away, and they got to get this big crack team of scientists together. And Ryan Gosling in the flashbacks, kind of a fish out of water, out of his depth, but tried to help these scientists. And you find out how he gets roped in, and then once he's in space, you see him try to go to the planet and try to solve, or the planet, the solar system with the last sun, and figure out why that sun's not dying, and he gets some help along the way. So let's start with Jess. We'll start with Jess. What did you think of Project Hail Mary?
So at first, I thought it was an Avengers movie. I don't know why. Probably just.
Oh my goodness! I don't know why. Nothing surprises me anymore. Honestly,
the movie cover, I was like, "Oh, this is like a superhero thing," and then
it is not.
was like, "Wait, this is about a science teacher." So I know nothing what it was going on about. I was definitely confused the first 20% or 25% of the movie. I had no idea what was going on or what they were talking about. Then Ryan Gosling's in space, and then this object starts, like, it looks like a log, just starts floating towards him. And then I turn towards Kyle, and I give, like, a what the fuck face, and he just, like, mouths alien. And I'm like, what?
Oh.
And we're watching a movie about aliens?
Wait,
then,
so you,
This is the
I should have
best
started with
ever.
okay, this is insane. Wait, I mean,
There's no coming back from this.
yeah. But then after that, I like the movie.
once you figured out what was going on,
Then
I guess you were just
really got into it,
yeah.
and I liked the interaction between the alien and Ryan Gosling, and then I was fully into it. So I really liked it. It was just weird to start off with.
It sounds all right. The story
I love
structure.
how you turned to
real.
your fiance and he just goes, aliens. Like, I knew that you had no idea what was going on, so I'm just going to say one word. Aliens.
He's just simplifying it.
And
This
I'm
is
like,
based on
what am I watching?
this is based on a book. Do you know if Kyle read the book? Maybe he knew it was coming.
No, he didn't read the book. Karen read the book, and she said the movie is really good. But yeah.
Oh.
All right. So we're starting with a mostly positive review. A little confusing, but mostly positive. Mama K?
Yeah, so I saw it last night, and I was talking with your brother before we left, and he had already seen it. And as I'm like chopping up stuff for dinner, talking to him, and then he, tells me it's almost 3 hours long. And I had a moment of, I am not going to another space movie that's 3 hours long.
You don't like
do
space.
it.
I always forgot about that.
Don't have it in me to do another space
Wait, so you don't
movie
like
that's
Interstellar?
3 hours long. Oh my God. That's what Griffin's like. It's kind of like Interstellar. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well, that's not a selling point for me.
That's a Christopher
I
Nolan
hate
space
Interstellar.
movie. So no, she does not like that.
Yeah, that's a no. Yeah. So I was already kind of like, reticent. And then we had to stop by like Home Depot. And I kind of was hoping that we'd get like, I don't know, stuck in Home Depot, like kidnapped or something. And we wouldn't make it to the film. But we made it to the movies across the road. And we saw a lot of really great previews. A lot of stuff coming up. But it didn't feel like 3 hours. I really liked this movie.
Oh, she likes a space movie. She likes a space movie.
Yeah.
This is great. Oh.
Only because it didn't feel like space to me. I mean, that's going to sound like a crazy thing to say, but everything that's important to me in this movie happens in the capsule. And as far as I'm concerned, that could have happened like in somebody's house. So I don't feel like it's crazy space movie. There's no fighting in space. Maybe that's part of my problem. No, I don't think that's it. I just don't like space movies.
So you don't like any space. You don't like Gravity. You don't like Interstellar. You know, like there's no fighting in those
I don't
movies.
like either
They're
one
just-
of those.
yeah.
No, I did just watch Artemis 2 take off, but that's real space.
That's right.
Yeah. So I think it's charming. Ryan Gosling, I don't think of myself as a fan, but I really enjoyed watching him in this movie. And the fact that he's basically a one-man show, because he's accompanied by this tarantula-looking rock form. Also sort of looks like a chicken that you take out of the oven. But I liked both of those characters. And I want to let Brennan talk about it for a little, but I like the way the story was told with the flashbacks, and I'm usually not like that either, but that's the only thing, that's what kept this movie going for me, because if it would have been full space without some of that stuff, and there was a lot of it going back and forth, that's what held it together for me.
I read a little bit of the book beforehand. I didn't, audiobook reading, but I knew the story a little bit going in, and the tone of the book was, to me, I guess other people think this is pretty true to the book, but I didn't think it was as funny. Like, this movie's pretty funny, like a lot, like it's pretty light, and it has a lot of levity in it for a world-ending movie, and it's and so I was pleasantly surprised at the beginning, like kind of feeling it out. Once we meet Rocky, though, our boy, little rock spider guy. Ooh, I love that guy, and I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. Rocky, the little rock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I loved him. I love this movie. This is by far the best movie I've seen this year. No, not stiff competition yet so far. But this thing kept going and getting better as it went. I was pretty hooked pretty early. I was ready to go. And yeah, by the time he meets Rocky, because they really slow play you meeting this alien, because it's not a regular alien it's not one of the gray guys, doesn't look like a human, and they have to,
Right.
It's a lot of heavy science and like problem solving, which I love. It's a lot of figuring out how to communicate, figuring out how the thing works. They don't shy away from a lot of science in this. They really, for 3 hours, they give you info, they dump on you, and it's still fun and light and on its toes the whole time. It's tone management masterpiece. It's really good at it. And I will say, last 40 minutes, I'm crying quite a bit, quite a lot actually. I don't know if it hit either of you. But when Ryan Gosling has to reveal to Rocky that he's not planning to go back because of the fuel situation, and then Rocky's like, I can help make the fuel. Oh,
right.
Oh, I was just bawling my eyes out, and then I bawled my eyes out a couple more times as the movie went on. But I was in a pretty full theater. I heard it. I heard snifflings. I heard
Really?
rustlings. So I know this was working emotionally for at least some people.
Yeah. I didn't cry, but I understand the points that you might have cried.
When did
So-
you cry?
You could-
When the thing died? Or almost died?
That was making me cry. Yeah, that, like I said, the first time I started crying was when Rocky says, "I'll help you get back," because Ryan Gosling reveals that he doesn't have enough fuel to get back, and so Rocky's like,
Yeah, it's a one-way trip. It's super sciencey, but it's not really important that you really follow all the science that's happening. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can follow, but you don't have to enjoy this movie.
You can follow what is important by their reaction, by Ryan and the Rock's reactions to the science. Like you can figure out, like you don't have to literally know what's happening. You can figure out by they tell you emotionally really well. I didn't expect going into this to be really good. Drew Goddard did the screenplay. He's a good writer. He's done some other movies that I like. And then Lord and Miller, I like their funny stuff, but I wasn't expecting this. And after the Star Wars debacle with Solo, where they had to scrap that movie and Ron Howard came, I just didn't think they were going to make something like this. So I'm impressed across the board. I've always loved Ryan Gosling, so I wasn't worried about that. But I high recommend this movie. And it sounds like you guys, at least Mama K's, you guys both recommend, it sounds like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I really liked it. It took me a minute to get unconfused, but once I was in it, I was in it.
Project Hail Mary, that's the biggest new thing out probably right now. There's some other theater movies we're going to talk about. I finally caught up on some streaming movies that are new this year. Not a bunch of good stuff, but there was one pleasant surprise, so I'll hit on that real quick. I doubt anyone else has seen it. I only watch this because Nicole and I get these really annoying podcast ads where it's advertising this movie, and it's called Mike and Nick and Alice. Have you guys heard about this?
Oh
Anyone
yeah.
heard about this?
Yes, I've seen the previews for it.
So in the trailer on the podcast that you're listening to, it's Mike and Nick and Alice. It's a hilarious action comedy thriller starring James Marsden, Vince Vaughn, and Isaac Gonzalez as they do a bunch of stuff. And then at the end of the commercial, they go, and here's the twist. There's 2 Vince Vaughns. And I'm just, and Nicole and I every time look at each other, it's like, fuck it, what is this commercial? This is like, where is this
I've
from?
never
Like,
heard of that.
What world is this from? It basically rage baited me into watching it. It worked. That advertising worked on me completely. I was like, oh, that's so dumb. What could be 2 Vince Vaughns? I gotta see how bad this is.
Unnecessary.
And Mike and Nick and Alice is a pretty good movie, unfortunately. It's quite enjoyable. It's a good throwback to a 2000s comedy level of it's that type of humor, I guess, because the guys are a little older, so I guess they're, from that era. But it doesn't feel dated like a lot of the other, like, try-hard, like, Will Ferrell makes a movie and with, like, Amy Poehler or something, and 15 years after their popularity. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like it appropriately brought back the 2000s comedy, like $20 million budget comedy world. It's got a time travel aspect to it, which is, like, it's really only there to get 2 Vince Vaughns. Because then after that, you don't do any more time traveling. It's just so that we can have 2 Vince Vaughns. And then that plays into the relationship.
Yeah.
So you get 2. Yeah, it's like kind of a love triangle that becomes, I guess, a love 4 because of the 2 Vince Vaughns. But like, I'm not like a fan. Like, I think James Marsden's a pretty blah. I think Vince Vaughn's hit or miss. Isaac Gonzalez, I've seen her in like 2 things, so she's fine. So like nothing. Keith David's in it. I love Keith David, so that's nice. He's the bad guy. But it's a fun little romp. It's got fun. It's like a 70% joke hit rate, and I wasn't miserable watching it. And it's like an hour 40. So, like, I think there's a lot of people who would enjoy this. Is what I'm saying. It's a broad comedy that's not bad, that has some effort, and I haven't seen something like it. So, stupid advertising worked, and Mike and Nick and Alice is okay.
Just because you wanted to talk about it and be really mad about it, but you can't.
I did. I wanted to shit all over it, and I didn't get to. I have to be honest and say it's like a 3.5-star movie. It's pretty good. Like, I quite enjoyed it. Oh, it's not. It's like not the tightest script. It doesn't, like, there's some things wrong with it, but like it's joke to joke funny, and it makes enough sense to keep moving. You interested now, Nicole? Have I sold it?
I wouldn't see it.
No,
still
pass.
A solid no.
You're the only one who heard those commercials.
I would see it. We'll probably have it on our playlist. So.
That's a Padre movie. Your
Totally
significant other would enjoy that one. Yeah. All right. That's I have a couple other streaming. I'll save those because we have some theaters still. I haven't seen this one yet, but I want to. Only Jess has. It's a Pixar movie, and it's called Hoppers. And it looks a lot different than a lot of other Pixar movies. It looks to me like an Illumination movie. It looks like the movie the Minions studio would make. Illumination? The studio? Not the Illuminati. Oh. The Illuminati would make Melania. I don't know. Hoppers. It's the animated comedy. It's got a beaver on the cover. Jess, talk to us about Hoppers.
We only watched this movie because there was literally nothing in theaters, and this was the only thing that seemed decent. I don't think I saw any previews, so I had no idea what it was about. And I didn't think it was that great. I didn't think it was that funny.
Oh.
I didn't really care about it. The characters were fine, and I thought the plot was just mid. So I probably give it like a mid to thumbs down. I think Kyle liked it much better than I did.
It's and it's like a scientist, like they're
trying to save this reservoir because the evil villain is like this mayor that wants to build an overpass over it, and it's going to ruin like all like the animals' habitat. So this girl runs into like her science teacher who's working on a project to transform a person into an animal. So she transforms herself into like the beaver. And then she can talk to animals now, so she's talking to the beavers, being like, listen, this is what's going on, this is what we have to do. And yeah, then they realize that it's like the Pocahontas movie. Then they realize that she's a human and not a real beaver, and then there's that going on, and I think you can figure out where it ends. Everyone's happy though.
So it's sort of like, because it's like a one. I mean, basically, once the parts out where she can talk to animals, it kind of feels like it falls flat after that. Sort of.
Yeah, I'm like
they
what
don't
is
know what
this?
to do with
Eliza
that.
Thornberry? Yeah.
What
It also
is
kind
this,
of reminded me
Eliza
of
Thornberry?
Brother Bear, where he turned into a
Oh,
bear and he could talk to all the animals, but he couldn't talk to the humans. So it was exactly like that.
Huh.
So all the animals had
This-
like
Exactly.
fun, like eccentric personalities. I guess that was fun, but I just wasn't that into it.
I
I could have
guess
done
that
without
was
it.
fun.
Well, that's
I
not
say
a
it's
movie, though. That's just
It's
like
sitting at 94% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. You're saying
I
that
know,
seems a little
it-
high.
wow.
I don't know. It just wasn't for me. It didn't.
I'll
tickle
be
my
seeing this
fancy,
because I see
guess.
all the Pixar movies. So I'll get. I think I was going to do this streaming because.
Just watch an airplane.
Didn't seem like maybe an airplane. Maybe an airplane. But hoppers. All right. Well, not a positive there. I will review this at some point this year because I see all the Pixar. Mom, okay, are you going to see this at some point?
Yeah, I'm gonna see this.
Yeah.
Plane
Nicole, maybe
sounds
you'll see it
good,
on a
yeah.
plane.
Yeah, plane
Plane.
sounds good to me.
Speaking of a plane, Nicole, about to talk about a movie you saw on a plane. I think it'll be the last time we bring it up because we've talked about it a couple other times, but Nicole finally caught up on Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2.
Oh yeah, Zootopia
So,
2. Yeah.
We've all seen it now. Nicole, go ahead.
Yeah, I really like the first one. I think that's one of the better Disney movies in the past 10 years or so. So I had high expectations for it. I liked the introduction of the new characters, the snake and the what is that cat, bobcat or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah,
Family.
they're the whatever.
The Lynx.
They're like
the Lynx.
The Lynx family. Yeah, Lynxley
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, that was some cool twists and turns with them. So I really liked it. Not as good as the first one, but definitely enjoyable still. I did like the story that they had in place of kind of trying to find the snake's home again. I'm glad that there wasn't like a twist at the end that the snake was bad. That would have really put it in a different direction. So I'm glad that the snake was good. But yeah, it was good. Not as good as the first one, but still enjoyed it.
They couldn't make Ki Kwan a bad guy. That's the Gary DeSnake voice. The husband in Everything Everywhere All at Once. A very likable man. That would be a strange choice to make him a villain. But
Yeah.
Short
Je-
round.
Jess, Zootopia 2 or Hoppers? Which is better?
Probably Zootopia 2, but I thought it was just mid also.
Mhm. Yeah, I thought Zootopia 2 is a step down, but I'm with Nicole. Still positive overall, I think, and I think we've talked about anything to add, Mama K. I think we've all chimed in on this one in past episodes.
I've never seen any of the Zootopias.
I swear
I
you
thought
saw this.
would
You
like
didn't see
Zootopia
this?
1. I thought
No.
Zootopia
Yeah.
1's one of the best. We're right. We have done this before. Zootopia 1's like one of the best Disney movies.
Yeah, I know. That's what everyone keeps saying. I have not seen either one of them.
All right. Well, you got some homework to do because that's important. That's an important one.
I have some Disney homework to do. I
Zootopia's
did
an
run into
important
the
one.
characters at Disney last week, but I have not seen them. Judy,
Wow.
somebody.
Oh Jesus! No, I
And-
don't want to do that. I don't want to Judy something. Get all the.
I
way out
don't
here.
know what Judy Hoppy or something
Judy
like
Hopps, Officer Hopps.
that. Hop. Sorry.
That's
Anyway,
Officer Hops to you.
I will.
Especially to me.
I'm gonna speed run real quick through 2 Amazon Prime movies that I saw that are very mid. And so I'll just hit them quick. The first one is called The Wrecking Crew with our boy Dave Bautista and kind of our boy Jason Momoa. Not really. I guess we don't really care about Jason Momoa that
No,
much.
nobody
Bautista we
likes
like. Yeah, I kind of liked him in that Minecraft movie a little bit. I'm not ashamed to admit I like that a little bit. But this is the 2 of them are brothers on an island. Batista's the straight-laced one, and Jason Momoa is the reckless one. And they got to team up to... What are they doing? Their dad died, so they got to find the mystery. And it is just a buddy big guy movie. They fight people, they make jokes about each other. And if you like that, this is a 3-star version of that. It's 2 hours long. Put it on while you're doing laundry. I don't know. It's better than the second movie that I have to talk about, which is also on Amazon Prime, so it'll also pop up on those new 2026 movies, action. It's a pirate movie, and I haven't seen a pirate movie in a minute. It looks like a good pirate movie. Like, it looks made. It looks like Pirates of the Caribbean, like, you know, oh, wow, they could put some production behind this. And it's called The Bluff. I'm assuming no one's ever heard of this, because I had never heard of it. The Bluff. Like a bluff. The bluff is what it should be called.
That's what I'm hearing, too. Blah.
The Bluff. BLUFF. Bluff.
Okay.
Like in poker. Or, sure. It's Priyanka Chopra. She's a Caribbean woman. And she's got a secret past. And these pirates show up, led by Carl Urban, assisted by Tamara Morrison. Like Tamara Morrison. And they show up and they kidnap the husband. And they destroy the village. And they're like, we need to find the Priyanka Chopra because she's got something we want. So that's the thing, and then you find out about her past, blah, blah, blah. This one, not as good. This one is like almost like nothing happened. Like, it's like one of the blandest movies I've ever seen, and I can't really put a finger on it. Like, the action's okay. Carl Urban's good. Like, Priyanka Chopra's got the action star. Like, I didn't know that was her thing, but she's doing pretty good at it. It's just nothing. There's just no emotional resonance. It's truly like watching nothing. I couldn't connect to any of it, which is a shame. It's got a 54%. I think that's honestly just about right, because it's nothing overly wrong with it. It's just kind of boring and bland, which, again, Amazon Prime streaming movie. So if you have a choice between the Wrecking Crew and The Bluff for streaming on Amazon Prime, I slightly recommend Wrecking Crew over it. Slightly. It's like a 3.5 or it's like a 3-star versus 2.5 star kind of deal. So the Wrecking Crew and The Bluff on Amazon Prime. Nicole and I caught up on a movie that was on Mama K's end of the year top 5. So we were scrolling around. We need something to watch.
You're not going to crap on this movie, are you?
Well, it depends. We're scrolling around.
Well, first of all, it depends on what movie. And
we're scrolling around, and instead of picking a random thing that no one's ever heard of, because that usually doesn't go well, we picked something that was on someone's list, and it is Rental Family with Brendan Fraser. Rental Family.
That's not the one.
No, it's not the one you were thinking of. The
No.
Rental Family, Brendan Fraser, big actor man, does commercials in Japan, lives all alone, lonely man, and he gets a job being the rental person in the life of whoever is needed for this rental company. So, like, I think he pretends to be the dad to this little girl, like that's his first gig, and then they get like a sort of a bond. You learn more about the guy who runs the rental place. He's kind of an interesting, wacky character, the mom of the girl, obviously. And it's like a nice little sweet movie. But Nicole, what do you think of Rental Family?
I really, really liked this movie quite a bit. They really, I think they really casted Brendan Fraser. It was the perfect choice for this because he's sticks out like a sore thumb in an Asian country, you know, a big white dude that, you know, speaks, it's in Japan, right? Speaks Japanese, which is great. But you can tell he's just got that little bit of an accent on it still. So, but he blends in pretty well in that sense. It was really heartwarming and just touching at the end of him realizing that he's really not as successful as he thought he would be at what he was doing over there, acting, and then coming to the crossroads of having to take a role that he's been waiting for or continue being that father figure for that little girl that he's paid to do. So I don't know what my choice would have been there. So that, you know, it's just really a nice story that ended really nicely. I just thought that the whole thing was really, really well written. I like the come around at the end from the company that he's working with. And also I had an inkling, but I was correct about the manager at the company with his family. So that was a cool little
Right.
twist that they had in there. But I called that.
I
I'm
enjoyed that too. The manager, I didn't
Yeah.
think it made total sense after it happened, but I was like, it was good. The reveal was good. The way that characters played
Yeah.
from then on out, like you kind of see him in a different light. Like I thought that was a clever little extra bit.
Yeah, definitely recommend that. I like that movie.
Yeah, I'm with you. Rental Family solid. I would give it like a nice 3.5, 4 borderline.
Wow.
It builds as it goes. I was pulled in with the relationships by the end, and really Brendan Fraser's pretty easy sell. Those kind eyes, like he's just a likable man, and he's a very soft, quiet, big man in these days, and it's you just root for him, and the kid's good. The mom prickly, but you gotta work on that. Different culture, whatever, is what it is. But yeah, Rental Family, very, very solid movie. I don't think it would have quite cracked my top of the year last year, but honorable mention worthy for sure. I'm glad we caught up on it.
Yay!
Any interest, Jess, in Rental Family?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you're not gonna rent it.
Not
Well,
for me.
Jess, you're a resident. See the crappy horror movies in theaters, and it looks like I have a fresh one. Maybe it's not crappy. You can tell me. It's called Undertone. Undertone. Nice.
It was
90
somewhat
minutes.
crappy. When you asked me to text you the movies you've seen, I looked at my email and my Regal's receipts, and I was like, "What the hell is Undertone?" And I was like, "I just saw it last
not
week
good
or
sign.
2 weeks ago. Like, how do I not remember this?" And then I looked it up, and I'm like, "Oh wait, I kind of remember this." So I saw it maybe 2 weeks ago, and I almost completely forgot about it.
Not a good sign. It looks like it's about a podcast host, and he's taking care of his mother, and then he gets recordings from a couple who have paranormal activity going on. So he's got to figure it out. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know. We were
Just
20
like, I
minutes
don't really
late.
remember.
We were also
I don't
20
know.
minutes late to the theater, so we missed a big chunk of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They were
You
in a
missed
podcast,
25% of
and
the
then
movie.
there was a series of, I don't know, 10 recordings, and they're going through it trying to decipher what's happening. And then they talk about the underlying tones of, I think this family's in a house and they're being haunted, and they just hear the kids are screaming, but then they kind of edit the audio, and they hear kids singing these old Ring Around the Rosie, those kind of songs in the background, and they
Jeez.
hear all these eerie things. Meanwhile, her mom's upstairs dying, doesn't a complete vegetable, and she just does some creepy shit. She's hearing some creepy shit. I think she's just mixing up reality. And then I think it ends up being she listened to all of these audio recordings, which therefore made her haunted. So I think the creepy shit in the house was actually real. I don't know. I honestly forgot about most of it. That's basically what happened. So I guess.
Wow, that sounds really bad.
Yeah.
But I read this. I read the synopsis, and I do a bunch of writings in my spare time, and I have one of my things that I'm writing has some elements of this, and I'm like, oh man, I guess I'm too late already. This fucking sat around in my drawer too long. Didn't get fucking. But after
there's no
reading
such
a
thing
little
as
bit
an
more,
original thought anymore. Someone else has already taken it.
there truly isn't. And after reading a little bit more, I was like, oh, this thing kind of goes in a way different direction than my thing was. So I could still make my thing one day. But yeah,
You do it better.
it sounds like it's got 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, so maybe that first 20 minutes just had some really critical information. I don't know.
I think so.
I couldn't tell you. Undertone. It sounds like one that that might be the last time we talk about that one on this one. I don't know if anyone is going to be catching up on Undertone.
Probably not.
I saw a 2026 horror movie that was in theaters recently, but is already on streaming. It's got a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's got some okay reviews. I didn't really have any interest in seeing it, but once it was streaming and I had a little smidge of time, only 90 minutes, I went and watched Primate. Primate, another monkey movie. Trailers for this came out earlier, and you see a monkey movie. It's a monkey, and he's got rabies, and he goes crazy, and he attacks a bunch of girls at a mansion on the cliffside in Hawaii. It's a girl who's going home with her friends, and there's relationships between all the friends, and seeing her sister. The sister doesn't like that she left. The dad is played by Troy Kutzer, who is the deaf guy from what was he from? The Coda, I think. The older dad, long gray hair, beard. You'd recognize him. So he's the dad in this. He's like a famous he has the monkey. What is it?
He's an author.
He's an author, yeah. He's an author, but like on like nature stuff. He has the monkey in the hat. Why you guys Jeez Louise? I have to do. You set something up. I'm gonna Jeez Louise you next time you take
what? I'll tell you all about it. I watched it too. You neglected to say.
Nicole watched a good amount of Primate with me. She came in about 20 minutes in, so kind of like Jess with the last movie. But yeah, Jess, Nicole, why don't you tell me about Primate?
Well. It was a combination of all of the other stupid monkey movies that they've made in the past 2 years put together just in a different location. Now they're in Hawaii. So it's basically like what do you say about Liam Neeson?
Taking on a train.
Taking on a train.
This is monkey in England when Robbie Williams is monkey in Hawaii. Monkey in the pool at the hotel. That other stupid one that we watched. It's
the monkey wind up
ugly.
The monkey.
It's very ugly. The monkey. It's disgusting looking. It's got rabies. I did miss the part of why he has rabies, but that didn't really matter.
They don't tell you why. He just does.
Oh, yeah, wonderful! So they didn't even friggin' explain it.
That's you didn't miss anything. You came in right when it's basically started. You just missed like the setup of them getting there. That's it.
Yeah, the twist of it that I can understand is that the monkey can't swim, so the girls that are being held hostage by the monkey are just floating in the pool for hours. But it just doesn't make sense why they didn't just pull the monkey into the pool and call it a day.
They tried. He's too strong.
Yeah, because he has rabies. So, lot of gore.
He has rabies.
Monkeys
so
are
much
just
blood
strong.
and gore.
Like, monkeys are so much stronger than us, and yes, there is a shit ton
He's
of gore
ripping
in this.
jaws off of people. He's doing disgusting things. But they are all terrible. I like the guy from Coda, but he didn't do anything in this. I just like him, but that it was bad. It was bad. Better than that other one with the monkey with the symbols.
Yeah. That's the monkey. This is Primate. Yeah,
that was horrible.
No, this is definitely better than that. I agree with you on that. This one,
his name was Ben. That's a stupid name for a pet monkey.
I saw the letterbox comments was missed opportunity to call this Furious George, but there you go. Yeah, I thought the best parts of Primate, like there's some good stuff in Primate. Like I think the way the tense scenes are shot, like when they're hiding and he's coming towards you and you don't know if he's gonna find them. These shadows in the background, like there's some of that good filmmaking stuff, and I like the last 15-20 minutes when we're down to our final people and then the dad comes back because he's away from the house the whole time. He's got this whistle that can help calm Ben down. I don't know why they don't have a whistle. It seems pretty easy to have two whistles, but all right. And so like when he comes back and is helping the final people try to beat Ben ultimately, like that's all right. But it really suffers from the cliche of the horror movie characters making bad choices. It's just too many. There's just too many bad choices in here to suspend disbelief. Like there's just a lot of opportunities to get past this monkey. I know he's very strong. Like monkeys, and it's accurate. Monkeys can fuck you up if they want to. Like they can just rip
just
you
hit
in
him
half.
with a freaking frying pan. I don't understand. Like just
they tried. They
stab
were
him with a knife.
Yeah, they didn't do it very well. They really didn't. Like at the beginning when they had the numbers, you just got to go for it. And then once they get broken up and some people get hurt and people get picked off, so like eventually they obviously run out of options. But like early on there, they had a lot of options, and this is a lot of bad horror movie choices all throughout the entire thing. A couple drunk friends show up later and they're assholes, so they get what's coming to them. But it's just it's too, the characters are too dumb to quite make it believable. But I thought the monkey stuff was all right. I think like 2.5 star.
They need. I mean, it's survival of the fittest, and if you can't survive that, then sorry. don't feel bad for you.
It was very satisfying when they defeat him, because, spoiler, they defeat Ben. And you don't always want to see animals get hurt, but like this one, you want to see his ass get beat. So, Primate, horror movie, streaming on one of them. I think it was a Peacock one, honestly. Peacock or Paramount Plus, one of those two. And now, let's see. I got some 2025 movies to catch up on, but I would rather us do a little bit of TV now, because I'm just going to breeze through my 2025 movies that I caught up on. Mama K, you've seen, I think, the most TV. Why don't you tell us about Hijak Season 2? Which I don't know how you make a second season of that.
No. I need to watch this.
Oh, okay. Okay, give a spoiler-free 30 seconds on Hijak Season 2.
Well, when I was looking at what I've been watching, I looked and saw Hijak. Did I actually watch it? I have a feeling I was having the Jess situation. Like, what is this movie? Did I watch this? Did I watch this TV show? And then I had to read the synopsis. And then I had to read the synopsis of like several episodes to realize I did watch it. I watched the whole season.
I remember we talked about it. It was Idris Elba on an airplane.
This one's Idris Elba on a train.
How do you make a second season after that? Like, isn't it about a hijacking and just like, uh-oh, guys.
I know.
It's happening again.
It happens again. It's Taken. It's the, Idris Elba's version of Taken. So,
it's even a synonym.
I will find you and I
give
will
it a watch.
Kill you.
This is like
I need that on a T-shirt. I will find you and I will kill you.
That's harsh.
Plain black tea with big white letters too. Stone Cold style.
Yeah. Good luck with it, Jess. That's what I gotta say.
Oh man, that makes it seem like it's not going to be good.
Oh, it made me sad. Well, I mean, the thing is when I was watching it, I was thinking this is fine, but then I literally finished it maybe 2 weeks ago, and I seriously had no idea what it was about. So
yeah, been there, done that.
All right, well, we'll get into spoiler Hijak maybe next month when we do our next episode, and Jess can let us know her thoughts, and Mama K can divulge some more, and we can move on to our next TV show, which I think only has one episode left of its season. I think Nicole is the resident fan of The Pitt. Pitt Season 2 on HBO.
There's only one
Max.
more?
Isn't there 13 episodes? I think they're on 12. I think they just did 12.
I thought it was 15.
Oh, is it 15?
Oh, no.
I might be wrong.
There's not enough time.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought there were 13 episodes. I could be mistaken. So let me retract that. We are closing in on the season finale of The Pitt. We've got 12 episodes of content so far.
Sadly,
so Nicole, how's season 2 going so far?
Oh, they're definitely targeting some major issues in this season, like the price of healthcare and having insurance and people that are struggling with that, and there's a lot of touch points on care for elders, people that need to face the facts that they may need to go into nursing homes or need additional support, and they're afraid. And then the other big topic right now is healthcare staff abuse. So that's a huge topic always in the healthcare industry, is the abuse that some of these frontline workers take. So, they're just really hitting the major topics. They do it so good. It's just so fantastic. The characters just all mesh together so well, and it's not over the top. They keep it, they have high drama, obviously, but they keep it realistic. And as far as I know, I say this every time, I think that they do an amazing job at keeping it accurate to the medical field too. Like, they're using correct terms, they're doing correct treatments. So I just like that about it. If you watch Grey's Anatomy, they're putting like a catheter in someone's nose as a breathing tube, and expect people not to notice. You know, this does not do that, so I appreciate
Especially,
that
like,
about
I feel like
it,
a
but-
sixth of the country is probably healthcare workers at this point. Like, it's one of the few growing fields. So
Yeah,
people know their shit now.
There's a big undertone of a big underlying issue of suicide too. It hasn't been said, but it's been hinted at quite a bit by the main character. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens at the end of this season. But they kept it just as good as the first one, so I'm very pleased with that. And I will be sad that when it ends again.
I liked the ice episode where they have the guys from Ice come in.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot. I forgot about that. They had ice in there too. So
That's the most important.
also-
I watched with
also
you,
timely.
not as intently, but yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Not
They
the
actually
most
filmed that
positive reviews.
episode. They filmed that episode before some of the things that happened earlier this year happened. So I mean, I feel like it was just they knew what they were doing.
That's why I was surprised they left so much of it in. They really they didn't seem pressured by network or whatever to ease up. They let it go. I thought, or maybe they did, but
they were told to tone it down. I guess they had something a little more involved. I mean, the setup is they brought someone they detained into the hospital because they had fallen down the stairs, right?
Yeah.
And needed assistance. And it gets kind of out of hand there. But they were told to tone it down, so I can only imagine what else they had in there if that was the toned down version.
Yeah.
They're not taking that lightly, so.
I guess I think they still got their messages. I thought the suicide aspect too. That one woman with the kid in the hot car that came in. I thought that for me was the other most interesting patient so far this season. The drunk guy at the beginning, obviously the guy who, what was his name? The big black guy who was getting his stomach drained for like 3 episodes straight. There's some good storylines in there. I've come around on the Pitt quite a bit. I think I'm with you, Nicole.
Yeah, it's just so well written, so well acted.
Do you think it's different because the shows nowadays are so much, their seasons are so limited compared to like shows in, before, even like 10 years ago would be like 20 episodes long or 24 episodes long. And
yeah, that's a good point.
Now it feels like they have to tell a story in a lot sort of, compressed time period.
Yeah, I agree with that. But they really set themselves up well with this, knowing that this is it's like how 24 was set up, where it's one. Yeah. This is 1 hour per shift. Right. And obviously, we know it's going to go a little beyond that. If it's a 15 episode season, there's 12 hours in the shift. So they give you expectation that something's going to go on that will require extra time, but they limit it enough where you don't feel overwhelmed of jam-packedness. Like, you're actually getting resolution to some things, and they're not trying to just bullshit you with stuff happening all day. It's actually like legitimate stuff. So I like that they set up the expectation for us. Like, whatever can be resolved is probably going to be resolved as much as we would see in a 12-hour shift at a hospital anyway. You don't know the outcome of your patients, and we're not going to get the answers to everything. So I like how they set it up, but yeah, it's good.
The Pit, we'll tell you next time how season 2 ends, and we'll look forward to it. But another show that I think everyone watches here just ended recently. Not super recently now, I guess. It's about a month ago, but since we last recorded. And that is the 4th season of the U.S. version of Traitors. The Traitors. The Traitors U.S. It finished, and we have not caught up since the finale. I think last we left, there were 5 or 6 people left, and, I was very... I kind of figured exactly how it would go down, went down, but... Couldn't say I wasn't disappointed by it. I really wish it didn't go the way it went down. But anyone want to give their thoughts on Traitors US?
Maura.
You couldn't have possibly believed Maura was ever going to do anything different than what she did the whole entire time.
She absolutely did exactly what she was going to do. And
then she kept saying, like, every boyfriend I've ever had ever cheated on me.
Yes.
So you'd think
she's an idiot.
she'd be
she's
like...
a fucking moron.
So I'm...
Yes, because you choose bad men.
Yes.
Because you choose bad people.
Look, he's hot. He's got an overall
Yeah.
on. He
Yourself
can't
to Rob
possibly be
was
lying to
bad.
me. Someone who's hot
It's
and wears
called
overalls couldn't
Traitors.
lie. It's so bad.
Yeah, but Eric is also stupid for believing him too.
Eric, yeah.
I know Eric got
I-
played.
Eric, I just don't think. Yeah, he didn't think to try to do anything else. But to his defense, once he got picked as a traitor, like by Rob,
Yeah.
he was kind of screwed. Like he
was
didn't
cooked
have
right at that
standing in the
point.
house.
Yeah.
His best bet would have been to hopefully faithful it to the end. Like once they convinced everyone Johnny and Tara gone, like it was just Rob's show to lose. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was impressed by
Johnny
his
and-
play, but I didn't want that to happen.
I'm impressed, but the thing is like, he's such a, like, I don't know how people are like, he's such a homegrown boy. I totally trust him. And I would be like, what are you talking about? He was on Love Island. There's nothing
Right.
homegrown about that. That's not a homegrown show. Just because he wears suspenders with one suspender loose or whatever, that
That's
doesn't
it.
mean he's
He's a hot, tall
unattractive.
guy, and he dresses, and he's
Right.
an all shucks. That's all. You don't actually have to have any bad, like actual substance behind that. That's all you need. That's kind of what the show's telling you.
He
It's
dresses like a toddler.
they like that. They think it's cute. I can fix him.
Yeah, I obviously I know he did get her a Birkin, so
Yes.
No, for her, she didn't really lose that much. Like honestly, that's a big chunk of change. If he had split with Eric, he wouldn't have had the leftover money probably to get the Birkin. To be fair, so
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I totally get it. I'm just disappointed, is all.
Me too.
I'm disappointed because once you watch this show, you start to realize that the people that you can kind of, and I know it's in the editing, so when you're in it, I'm sure it feels very different. But in the editing, it's always like they're starting to show, the way that the Traitors giving themselves up, especially at Round Table.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden they'll start this big long diatribe about somebody, and then people's faces are like, Pikachu face, like what's going on here? And it's like that happens every season, so it's, I don't know, you kind of have to, if you've seen the show before, you kind of have to pay attention to that kind of stuff. So
But imagine how
It doesn't
big of
make
a
it-
deal it would have been if Mora made the right decision. Everyone would have been like so celebratory.
The thing is, Maura was screwed. She couldn't win because at the end,
no,
it was
Yeah.
Eric and Rob and Like
Traitors.
I would have rather seen Eric win just so Rob could have his whole plan table. I was cheering for Rob earlier on. I just got bored with it. I got annoyed by how much no one else could beat, like really even put up much of a fight. And just like people just followed all the way to the end, and then just one by one.
Once Tara and Johnny were gone, that was it. That was the only chance. Because you still had
And even
a
that, it
duo
was really
left.
once Mark got eliminated, because Mark Natalie got eliminated as like the seventh to last person, and that leaves you with Mark, Johnny, Tara, and then Eric, Rob, and Maura, and they get that secret murder that night. So Mark's gone because that's the easy choice. You keep your team strong, keep Johnny and Tara on the outs, and then it's done. Like that's it. Like once Natalie was gone, that was it. Unless Maura did anything, but you knew she wouldn't.
Yeah, because
You
Maura
knew.
was never going to do anything.
She was never. I was 100% sure she would never ever do anything different.
She
Any
was never
thoughts,
going to
Nicole?
do any ting. Any
I
ting.
know.
Anything.
It doesn't make it bad to watch, though. It's so much fun to watch.
I think, okay, are you the only one who's seen, it says you watch Traitors UK. I don't know how that's been going. We've had that on the background here and there, but we don't really, we haven't been sticking to it.
Yeah, I just watched the most recent season of that. And for that, it's almost more fun to me because people go in there and there's no preconceived alliances. There's not the housewives versus the gamers versus whatever, the ice skaters. People genuinely don't know each other. And so, theoretically, I don't want to give anything away, but theoretically people don't know each other. So it's more of an even playing field, I feel. And also I can kind of it's more of a homey feeling because you feel like people really it's like they really want to play the game. It's not just a bunch of celebrities playing the game. And I know that they're supposed to be not, next one's supposed to be a bunch of people. The next American one's supposed to be a bunch of people that are not celebrities, but I don't think they're going to hold to that. They're going to stick like Boston
really?
Bob in there or something. Yeah, because they were asking for people to apply to Traitors because they want actual people. So,
is that the one with Stephen Fry?
No, it's a Claudia somebody. She looks a little bit like...
Well, no, he was a contestant.
An old Wednesday Addams.
He was a contestant.
No, so that's an older season.
Oh, okay.
That's like... That might be the first or second season. This season was all people that none of them were celebrities. So...
I actually cry with them sometimes on the UK one. Because they're all
good.
Genuine
They really
people.
are. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I get
you're
invested
feeling
emotionally.
so bad for them.
Right. And a lot of them, their story is that they were there to try to make money for whatever's going on in their lives. And,
yeah.
I'm a postal worker. I'm a retired, teacher. And this time there was like, I'm a detective chief inspector. And I'm like, people got to watch out for you because you're the DCI in the house and you've done this. Yeah.
I'd give it another chance. I'd put that one back on.
Yeah.
But, well, and then you've
they
got
use
one
a lot
more...
of the same...
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
they use a lot of, like,
off.
you can tell they film them back to back because whatever crazy, antics they're out doing in the countryside on either, I don't know which one they filmed first, but the American episode, they're doing those same crazy antics on the UK because it's the same castle. So
I see you got another reality show in here. It doesn't look like competition, but Ladies of London. The hell is this? Oh, okay. What is
There's
this?
no reason to talk about this.
What is?
I had girlfriends over.
Watch.
I had girlfriends over for the
British
weekend,
Bake Off.
and we wanted something to watch while we were sitting in our pajamas eating ice cream. And they had a Bravo show like 10 years ago called Ladies of London. It was people that were like low level, like marchionesses.
Oh, this is from like 2014. I didn't even
so-and-so.
realize this isn't contemporary.
No, it's a reboot. There's a whole new one. So that's what we were watching.
Oh, you saw the reboot. Okay.
Yeah, and so it's just more people that are entirely unrelatable, but you get to see a lot of London, so that's fun.
Yeah, well, one more reality show before I rapid fire some 2025 movies. I finally went, Nicole and I guess Nicole watched a little bit of this, but not as much growing up as I did. I watched a good amount of seasons of this, fell off for a long time, and came back for number 50. It's Survivor Season 50. And yes. Nicole and I are watching. I'm assuming Mama Kay, are you currently watching this one?
Yes, I watch it on Thursdays.
Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we do
Pretty
too.
good so far. Pretty good so far. I am not disappointed.
Pretty good so far.
I think, and they gave like fans power to like give them the, like, do you get extra stuff in this challenge? Do you get Flint? Do you start with anything? When do we merge? They give them some,
right.
When to twist. And fans basically voted, make it as hard as possible, as many twists as possible. They just like hard moded them. And so far, it's working. I'm very happy with the results. I have a couple of people I like, obviously, but I'm just enjoying the ride. It's been so chaotic so far, but in a way, because everyone's experienced players, it's still working without feeling, lost. I'm in it right now.
The only thing that's hard for me, though, is that, when you have one of the tribes that just continually loses,
it's tough.
It's almost hard to watch, where it's just like, you lose, you wind up having like just 3 people who can't do anything and Aussie, and that's what's left on your tribe, and you're like, you're never
Christian
gonna
Aussie
win
tribe is tough.
anything. Yeah, I mean that, and it's happened like that the last several seasons. I think that there's been one tribe that's just like wah wah.
It's what happens when you have too many smart
Aussie
players, though. They make such a mistake because I said it from the beginning. I'm like, they start voting out like threats in quotations. I'm like, guys, there's like 20 players still in the game. You need to win challenges so you don't go home next week. Like, you can't just be like, they voted off like that one like young fit black dude, and I was like, the fuck are you doing? Like, he's going to win challenges. They're like, oh, it's either him or this girl we don't really get along with. She's not good in challenges, but we'll just keep her, I guess. Like, I'm like, no, you need to win. Like, I know you guys are trying to win at the end, but you need to get there. You can't even get there.
Well, I think with this one, though, too, they also know that they have relationships set up on the other tribes already, because all these people know each other, with the exception of Savannah and Rizzo. So they all, so I think that they already have relationships that they've, cultured on other tribes, where it doesn't feel quite as terrible to keep losing.
But you need to survive, though. You don't know when you're gonna get like Mike Whited, Like you don't know. Like if you just keep losing, it looks like we're gonna have when we're going into the next one.
So hard this year.
He tried
played so hard this season.
He showed up like ripped old man. Like, what's happening? I'm like, that's the guy. That's Ned Schneebly.
Is this CGI? Because it was so weird.
You enjoying the ride so far, Nicole?
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Nicole.
How do you feel about Coach?
Nicole. Hello. Can you not hear me, Nicole?
Hello?
Hi.
No, I can.
I can hear you now.
Okay, I was saying that I was. Everyone else can hear me, right?
No one could hear you for
I couldn't
a minute.
before. Yeah.
Oh, I was saying, did you have any closing thoughts, Nicole?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Yeah, I find it enjoyable, but I know the big topic is how annoyed people are that this season, the fan picks have just kind of evolved into celebrity fan picks.
Yeah.
There was the last episode was with one of the country guys. I don't know, Zach Bryan or something. I don't remember who he was.
Zach Brown.
Luke Bryant. Whatever.
They're all the same.
There is a Zach Bryan. Oh no, it's a Luke.
Yeah,
they're literally all the same.
They're all the same.
We're not country people here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
30 minutes of the 1 hour long episode was dedicated to watching him fish, grill, and sing, and everyone's like, I do not care about this. Like, I want to watch the players. The idols.
Re-editing the Mr. Beast episode because of that.
Yeah, Mr. Beast is on his way.
Really yes.
Yes. So that is definitely a topic of what people are really not interested in right now. Yeah, but I'm okay with it. It doesn't mean one thing or the other to me. But yeah, I'm enjoying it too.
The only I agree with
Billie
like
Eilish
the Billie Eilish boomerang. That seems like just slapping your name on something. Like that was a little whatever. At least the country guy, like, he actually spearfished and like made stuff. I'm like, it's definitely just glazing this guy, but they're just like, oh, he's the greatest singer. This is the most special day of my life. But hearing Coach do that as this guy fished in front of him, I don't know, a little enjoyable, a little fun to watch. Whenever Coach has to be like, oh, I was so in awe of this, that he does one of his Coach soliloquies. Like, anytime you can get a Coach go on about something crazy, I'm for that. So. Mixed bag for the celebrity stuff so far. We'll see what Mr. Fake Smile does, but yeah, we'll report back next time. I think that's all the TV. So I'm gonna speed run a few 2025 movies, and then we will close it out. Saw these on a plane, a couple of them. First one is a Richard Linklater film, Blue Moon, about the guy. Lorenz Hart, who was part of the team Hart and Rogers, who made a bunch of musicals back in the day, and then Richard Rogers broke off and made Oklahoma with a different guy, and then they went on to have a big career together, and Lorenz Hart, alcoholic who died alone kind of thing. Probably a closeted gay man, maybe a closeted bi man. He just loves love. They make Ethan Hawke like 4 feet tall in this movie. Small exaggeration, but they make him very short and balding and strange looking. But my takeaway is Richard Linklater just loves to hear Ethan Hawke say his words because it's really good. It's a really good talking movie. It's like the saddest hangout movie ever because at the beginning they do a thing that where this guy dies in like 10 months. It all takes place in one night. That Oklahoma premieres and it gets all the awards. So he's in the bar drinking and like trying to like put on a brave face and make the best of it. And he's going on and on about stuff. And then the partner shows up and they have a whole back and forth. What's her name is in it? Margaret Qualley, who I'm one of my favorite Nepo babies. I think she's really good. She's really good in this. So yeah, if you have a plane and you have an hour, 40 minutes, Blue Moon, I think it's a good watch. Then I saw also on the plane After the Hunt, a film by Luca Guadagnino. People will know him from Call Me By Your Name, Challengers, and one other movie that I'm not thinking of the title right now. More than that, but those are his big ones. And After the Hunt came out to pretty bad reviews. It's got like a 37% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, this is the first thing that I've seen of his that got not good reviews. It's about a college professor who, who is it? It's Julia Roberts, I think. And it's Julia Roberts, and then there's Andrew Garfield and Io Debris and Michael Stuhlbarg. And so I'm like, oh, I like all these guys. This is gonna be good. And Julia Roberts is like a professor. Andrew Garfield's a professor. Io's trying to become a professor, and she early on accuses Andrew Garfield of raping her. Basically, we see them go back in the room together, but then we don't see what happens, so we don't know 100% for sure what happened. We just know her story, and then we know Andrew Garfield's story, and he's framed as kind of a piece of shit. They're all in the philosophy department, so they're all constantly going on and like, you know, it's the critique of the liberal arts bubble liberals just going on about how important the morals and all that shit is. Meanwhile, they're all doing kind of shitty things to each other behind their backs. You find out Julia Roberts did a not so good thing in her past. So overall, I thought it was like a solid 3.5 star movie. I think the bad reviews might be because maybe it's, I don't know. I guess maybe because it's critical of the people who would be reviewing this, maybe because they're high society reviewer snobs. As someone who, you know, kind of does that and likes that kind of stuff, I didn't feel offended or attacked. I thought this was a pretty just interesting. It's a little kind of all over the place in storytelling wise. Like, the narrative isn't super strong thrust. It's just watching them do stuff, which in his other movies works a little better. Although Challengers, I think, has actually is a really good narrative. But yeah, I don't think this is as bad as everyone is saying. So if you want to catch up on After the Hunt and you like the other Luca Guadagnino films, I think this is, like, I like this as much as Call Me By Your, maybe more than Call Me By Your Name, and everyone loves that movie, and I don't really get that movie. So, yeah, After the Hunt, not as bad as people are saying, but nothing special either. Then Eddington. You guys know what Eddington is with Joaquin Phoenix? He's got a cowboy hat on. It's advertised on HBO.
Oh, I thought that was like that ugly bear.
Paddington.
Oh.
Eddington. No, not Paddington. Eddington. I don't think you guys can hear me. I'm really trying.
He's not ugly.
I always thought he was so ugly.
I don't think he's ugly. What are you talking about?
I think he's creepy.
We don't have to talk about Paddington again. Paddington's not creepy. Jess doesn't like kids stuff. Why do you watch any kids stuff other than SpongeBob? I mean...
She does like kids stuff.
Anyway, Eddington's an Ari Aster movie. The guy who made our favorite Midsommar, but also made Hereditary, made Beau is Afraid, and this one also has Joaquin Phoenix in it. He's the sheriff. It's very strange. It came out past year, but it takes place during COVID, so it's like a time capsule movie, but it like just happened. And he's a sheriff, and he's like he gets annoyed by the masks and the distancing and the way Ari Aster, he's not an American. I guess he's obsessed with just how this stuff is, but he frames the movie in a little bit that Joaquin has a point, because all of the people in the movie are very annoying about wear your mask, put your distance, to a point where, I mean, I was alive. It just happened. I remember. My personal experience was that people out in the world were not pushy and crazy and like scoldy of you. To me, all of that was online. All of that is read a comment section on a post that's controversial, and then you can get riled up on whatever side you're on. But in my real world, walking to grocery stores and getting gas and anything else, I did not personally run into people scolding for mask stuff or being too close to them or whatever else. So the whole big problem with the beginning of this movie, and it never really shakes it, is that it doesn't feel honest to me. It feels not, it's just not my experience and I just did it kind of thing. And the way Joaquin kind of loses his shit getting pissed off by these people, he runs for mayor and he's got all these crazy weird ideas and he's got all these fervent supporters. The mayor is Pedro Pascal, who's just like a stock politician. He gets mad at his kid for going out and partying because, I enforced the lockdowns. You can't be out here seen. It's not about the safety. It's about his image kind of thing. And they have a bunch of other side characters who have some stuff to do. But overall, the background of it all doesn't feel real to me as someone who just was there. So Eddington, it's got some interesting stuff going on, but I don't know. Ari Aster hasn't made anything I've loved since Midsummer, so I'm a little worried.
It's in a small town. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, Eddington is this small town in Texas, I think. Yeah.
I think that might be I feel like the difference is that, we traveled some and found that in bigger cities, it didn't seem, you're right, rhetoric is online, but in Portland, Maine, rhetoric was not online. It was in full force in your face. I mean, it was bad. There were some places that were...
Well, you might like Eddington then, okay, because in my opinion, all the people complaining
I don't care about it. I'm just saying
sure.
that I think the smaller the place, I think the more you might find that that's true.
Perhaps it might have been that way, but it didn't match what I thought was my own lived reality of a very recent time period. So it was hard to buy in. But having said all that, Eddington, it's got some interesting stuff. Not a complete movie. And one more. I don't know why I did this to myself, but I had to. I didn't have to. I don't know why I did this to myself. I watched Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Five Nights at Freddy's. You just sometimes you want to burn an hour and a half of your life away. No, I was doing something else. And I put it on, and I was just, because I don't know why I picked it. I really don't. But I think I was morbidly curious, because it had like a 16% Rotten Tomatoes, and the first one got a bad review, but not that bad. But then it had like a 90% with the audience. So it was my perked up, so bad it's good, ? Maybe, because the first one was just kind of boring. The second one, I'm like, maybe they just threw it out the window and went full schlock factor. And it's not so bad it's good. It's just bad. It's just bad and boring. You can't really tell what's going on. The fans seem to like it because there's a lot of lore dropping. Like, the games, I guess, are really complex, so they'll have a new character show up that they don't set up at all, but it's from the game, so you know that. Or they'll have a million little Easter eggs in what they're saying that's about the game, but you don't know that if you've never seen it. And they don't give a shit if you haven't played the games. They don't help you as a moviegoer just watching a movie. You're just lost. And then even the people who have played the games and said the stuff's in there, what's in there doesn't really make sense to the thing. They're just making references and doing stuff, and people like, I like references. I like machine animals killing the people, and that seems to be what it is. And so it's a failure. Like, I don't know why anyone would like that. I guess I'm disappointed that people would like something that's bad that they love just because it makes references to stuff they know. Like, if a media I love, one of my favorite podcasts, the Magnus Archives, if they made that a TV show or movie and it was bad and schlocky, I would be pissed. I would not like that. I like my good content being really good. I thought people who played the Five Nights at Freddy's game had that same reverence for their content. Like, I love this thing. It's so well crafted and written, and it keeps building on itself. So to have something so schlocky and terrible come out that doesn't really do anything at all, and then people seem to like it who are fans, I'm just surprised and a little disappointed. That's disappointing that just references is good enough. Makes me sad. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 made me sad for the human race. But that is my catch-ups for 2025. And did you guys have any last-minute things you might have forgotten about? Maybe a movie that you walked in halfway and forgot about, or TV show?
Yeah, I watched half of the Bugonia, the movie that you guys talked about in the top
Melania?
5.
Yeah. Like
well,
no,
baloney.
Bugonia. Bugonia. I watched Melania. Baloney. No, Bugonia.
Yeah.
I cannot believe
I watched half of that. I figured it was going to be weird because it had Jesse Plemons in it, so I don't even know why I turned it on. But it was weird, but I guess it was still watchable. But I only watched half, so I didn't finish it yet.
I think that's the one other than Project Hail Mary you've liked the most, and you didn't even fully. It sounds like it's been a bad few months for you, Jess. It doesn't sound like you've been enjoying the
I know.
films.
No.
I wish I could help.
She
The only thing that
bookended
I've seen. Go ahead.
So she bookended this podcast really nicely, though.
Yeah, I would say the only thing I can recommend right now, full-throatedly, is Project Hail Mary. Other than Survivor 50. I mean, everything else was a 3 or star or lower. That I Rental Family, but like we already talked about that. Like anything new to the show, like not really. I mean, there's a lot of new stuff out there, but it's the early part of the year, I guess. Baloney. Get out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for being on. If you have things to recommend to us, Films with the Women in My Life on Facebook, reach out to me on Instagram. I'm Brennan_podhost. You can email the show, filmswiththewomen@gmail.com. Find us on YouTube. Just search Films with the Women in My Life. Click the bell and the like and the subscriber and the who knows how many buttons you could find on there to click for us. So thank you guys, Jess, Mama Kay, Nicole, for being on.
You're welcome.
Talk to you guys soon. Until next time, this is Brennan signing off saying, I don't know what you said. Thanks for listening and enjoy your movies.
Thanks for listening to Films with the Women in My Life. If you enjoyed being a listener in our life, please rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or on your favorite podcast app. Keep up with the latest from the show on Instagram at Brennan_podhost, on Facebook at Films with the Women in My Life, and on Twitter at FilmsWomenPod. Finally, you can email the show with questions and suggestions at filmswiththewomen@gmail.com. Original music for the show was created by Ian Burke and Chris Iwanek. Original artwork created by Nicole D'Alessio. This show is produced by Brennan Snyder. Thank you again for listening and enjoy your movies.